everyone, it's Keep My Pants. So we are back with the Illusion of Itehari. I played the other three paths except for Yashiro's path because that one's still locked. But I decided to play or record Yori's path because I kind of like him. He reminds me of Yang a lot from Pure. But anyways, so let's just get started on his path. I just finished, or I guess this is about to wrap up the common route for him. So all I could do was silently pray to the great Taiju that it wasn't anything serious. But so far, I really like the other paths, like even though like I think the story building's really good. I think it's like great. Anyways, here, let's go. Okay. Chapter 1, Accomplices. There's still something about Ayuki's behavior after dinner. Ayuki, are you hiding something?
別に何でもない。気にするな。
What are you hiding? His response was curt, and he was quieter than usual. It doesn't seem like nothing. Did something happen with Lord Yori?
姫が心配するようなことじゃない。
Oh. Yuki wasn't typically the type to hide things without a good reason. I grew increasingly anxious with how evasive he was being and continued to probe him with even more questions. Did Lord Yuri have business with the family? Or does this have to do with the serf's quarter?
それは。
Having a cruiser officer stop by without any prior notice was not normal to begin with. I'm the head of this household. I really appreciate it if you didn't hide anything from me. Aki ultimately let out a resigned sigh before reluctantly responding.
領区で何かあったわけじゃないけど、まあ、領区にも影響が出る話ではある。
Iki seemed hesitant. No, he just didn't want to tell me. Plain and simple, he continued in a bitter tone.
ヨリ様との婚約話を持ちかけられた。もちろん、お前の。
Marriage? I couldn't stop myself from raising my voice at the earth-shattering news. I didn't sleep very well that night. The proposal was a lightning bolt out of the blue. Despite an entire night passing since I first received the news, I still hadn't quite wrapped my head around it. Yeah. I knew I had to get engaged and married for the sake of the family eventually, but to think that my betrothed would be...
え？嘘はいけないよ。数字付きの姫君がこんな路地にいるはずないでしょ？
Lord Yori of all people. My current impression of him was far from good. Yeah, in all the past so far, he hasn't really been great. Engagement usually isn't something you decide within a short time period. And what if Lord Yori knew me before? But how he reacted upon seeing me tells me otherwise. So why would he propose to me? It seems like his brother knows him. I couldn't come up with anything no matter how much I thought about it, so I shelved it and proceeded to have breakfast and perform my duties as usual. I reviewed cases concerning the source quarter affairs one by one, and carefully verified all written reports. After confirming that our monetary gifts have been sent to those who have gotten injured while preparing for the Lantern Festival, I was mostly done for the day. Oh, and could you reach out to Lord Yori, the Western Second, and let them know I'd like to meet in the near future? Is she gonna say yes? Oh, poor Yuki. Ideally, I like to request details right away, but I guess it wouldn't do to demand something like that from a family that's ranked higher than me.
それ以前に話が通じるかどうかを心配した方がいいと思うけどな。
It was true that I had no choice but to accept any marriage talks considering our difference in status. But we still had to discuss the conditions and time period of the engagement between the two half families. I responded to Yuki with he might be nice. He might be nice. I don't know. He might be nice, right? Wait, hold on. I didn't think that was right. Don't worry too much, Yuki. He might be nicer than he appears.
そんなことは。いや、絶対ないとまでは言わないが。
There was something strange about his response. Seeing the grave expression on my perfect attendant's face did nothing to dispel my anxiety. I should have picked the other one. I forgot his personality. While I was certainly surprised by the news of the sudden proposal, Yuki might be more shocked by this than I am. He had a really hard time telling me about it, even though there was no point in hiding it. It just goes to show how worried he is about me. Maybe he thought it was too early for me to get married. Well, I knew myself that I was already at a marriageable age. I thought it would happen much further into the future. Thanks, Yuki.
何が？
A bunch of things. It's nice to know that I'm not alone in fretting over this. Am I just seeing things? I could have sworn Yuki seemed distressed as he gave a strange smile in his response. Later that afternoon, I was out on the town after finishing my duties for this day. Despite the ongoing investigation, my mind was full of the proposal as I walked. I wonder how long it'll take for him to respond. I think he'll respond immediately, or he'll just sneak up. Since this was considered official correspondence between both families, it definitely wouldn't be wrapped up in a day or two. Not to mention that Lord Yori is probably busy in the Kuzumo. It'll be hard to meet up with him. As I pondered to myself, I spotted a familiar face in the crowd. Narukami? Who's that? Oh, it's him. He immediately stopped and turned to me. Nice to see you again. How have you been doing lately? Is there anything that's been bothering you? I didn't see Naruki often, so whenever I did, I couldn't help but bombard him with questions like this to make up for lost time.
ありません。時は流れていきますが、いてはりは続いています。
Is that so? While he had a tendency to speak cryptically, I still somewhat understood what he was trying to say. Come to think of it, I heard there's been an increase in fires of late. Do you know anything about that?
知らぬいが動いているようです。
Oh? The Shiranui? What's that?
橋町の住民を中心とする集まりと聞きます。
Oh.
大樹の祭りごとに反発を抱き、空き家に火をつけて回っていると。
After giving me a slight brow, Narukami turned away without another word. Oh, despite my efforts to stop him, he had already disappeared into the throng of people. Several days passed.
姫、例の話だけど。
What do we ask? After hearing about the Shiranui from Narukami, I immediately asked Yuki to investigate. What did you find out?
近頃のボヤと白縫が結びついてるって証拠は出てきてないが、反対峙を掲げてる割に住民からの反発があまりないことが気にかかった。
You mean because they're supportive of them?
いや、そうでもないんだよな。世話にはなってるが同調はできないみたいな感じか。俺も名前だけは聞いたことがあったんだが、思ったより町の人間への影響力を持った組織なのかもしれない。もう少し調べてみるつもりだ。
Thanks, Yuki. Yukimi seemed certain that they were the ones starting the fires, so...
姫。そもそも、鳴神って誰なんだ？
Oh, did I not tell you about him? This wasn't the first time I've asked Yuki to look into something I heard. But whenever I did, I wouldn't always tell him how I learned about these topics of interest. He's been an acquaintance of mine for a long time now.
ほーん。
He frowned a bit before collecting himself and asking me another question.
そんな話を知ってるってことは、その鳴神って男も白縫と何かしら関係があったりしないのか？
I don't think he is.
そう疑われる可能性もあったのに、なんで姫に教えてくれたのかも気になる。
Maybe he trusts me. If not, maybe they've been giving him some trouble?
まあ、なくはないか。うまく解決してほしくて、藁にもすがる思いで顔見知りの貴族にこぼしたとか。下からの権限を聞き入れる貴族ばかりじゃないし、困ってたのかもな。
While I couldn't rule that out, it didn't really seem like that was the case either. I'll be sure to ask the next time I see him. The next day, I headed straight to the Hanasu after finishing up my duties for the day. I still don't know how to say that.
いらっしゃい、Hinagiku.
Sasuna welcomed me inside, but he seemed to be alone. Where's Yashiro? Oh, where's Yashiro?
なんでも屋の仕事で出かけてる。意外と広いものだったよ、あいつ。
Really?
うん。掃除でも使いっ走りでも嫌がらずに何でもするし。おかげで今まで断ってたような雑用も引き受けられるようになった。給料はいらない。記憶喪失の自分に衣食住を提供してくれるだけでありがたいとか言うし、謙虚じゃん？
That's great. Make sure you actually do pay him, though.
もちろん、それはね。で、あんたは今日どうしたの？お茶でも飲む？
Oh, there was something I wanted to share with you, too. So the other day...
なるほどね。
After I told him about the Shiranui, Sasuna crossed his arms and his expression turned serious.
こっちの調査にも少しは進展があったよ。実はその知らぬいのことなんだけど、俺たちも噂を聞いて調べ始めてたとこ。
That's great. As soon as I said that,
ただいま。あ、いらっしゃい姫様。
Yashiro returned from his errand with a smile.
店の前にお客さんがいたよ。
He stepped outside and the man behind him entered the shop. Is it... Oh,
はじめまして。
no.
半月堂さん。
Oh, I see.
どうも。どちらさん？何の依頼？
頼みたいのは、うちの周りを嗅ぎ回るのやめにしてほしいなってことなんだよね。
Wait, were they eavesdropping? Sasuna's expression hardened as opposed to the guess he made his demand with a smile.
そんなに警戒しないで大丈夫だよ。今回の件はちょっとした誤解だと思うから。
The man maintained his friendly smile as he continued.
俺は塩路、知らぬいの人間だ。
That's so
最近の
open.
突如として人が燃え上がる事件について、君たちが調べてるらしいことを知ってる。
I was shocked by what I just heard. People bursting into flames? What? Sasuna awkwardly scratched his head while Shoji blinked a few times.
ああ、驚かせてすみません。
Could you please elaborate? The men exchanged a look, wordlessly deliberating on who would do the explaining, until Yashiro began to speak.
俺たちも最近知ったばかりなんだけど、実は街中で突然人間が燃え上がる事件が起きているらしい。事件を見た者には、黒鶴が口止めをして回っているんだって。
So that's why Lord Yori asked us to gather intel. After seeing me still reeling from the devastating news, Sasuna began to speak apologetically.
あんたに隠すつもりはなかったんだよ。ただ、ひどい事件だから。せめてもう少し裏を取ってからにしようと思ってた。
I see. I knew they had my best interest in mind, but keeping quiet about it. So I gave him a stiff nod in response. I then took a deep breath to restore my composure before apologizing to Shoji. I'm sorry for getting in the way of your discussion.
いえ、
He shook his head awkwardly before continuing.
まあそれでどうも君たちが知らぬいのことを探ってるような節があるって気づいたんだけど、例の件うちは無関係だよ。むしろかえって迷惑してるくらい。
街に火をつけて回ってる連中の言葉を鵜呑みにはできないんだけど。
Sasuna looked displeased as he responded, but Shoji wasn't fazed.
でもむやみに人を傷つけてはいない。
That meant
そんな簡単に認めていいんだ。自分たちがいてはりに火付けしているって。
俺がここで喋ったことは何の弱みにもならないだろう。君たちにもそれを証明する手段はない。黒鶴も俺たちを疑ってるけど証拠がない。 だからこうして今も見逃され泳がされてる。
意外と食えないな。
Hearing Yashiro mutter to himself, Shoji
とに
shook
かく
his head.
例の人体発火事件はうちとは無関係だよ。まあうちのせいにしたい人たちがどこかにいるのかもしれないけど。
But you can't prove your innocence in those cases, can you? He blinked a few times in surprise with my question and took on a slightly more formal tone in his response.
お姫様はご存知ですか？近頃のぼやでは一人も死者は出ていない。一方例の事件では発火点となった者は必ず死んでる。周囲にいたことで巻き込まれて負傷する者も少なくない。
If all that is true, then these incidents and the recent fires were completely unrelated.
とはいえ、今の話だけで君と知らぬいの無実を信じるのは少し難しくない？
もちろんその気持ちはよくわかるよ。
Shoji nodded. It seemed like he was prepared for that response. As he proceeded to offer the following
だから
proposal.
うちの資料に会ってみるのはどう？判断はそれからでも遅くない。
That's pretty
それ
bold.
あったはいいもののそのまま口封じとか。
しないしない。
いきなり訪ねてきて内情ベラベラ喋って、その上狩猟にも合わせる？そんな手の内を明かすようなことばかりしていいわけ？
君たちが調べを進めていけば遅かれ早かれ狩猟の正体にたどり着かれるかもしれない。それくらいなら下手に出し渋らず君たちをこちらに抱き込むための手札として使うよ。こっちも悠長にしてる場合じゃないしね。
The three of us exchanged a look and pondered what to do. The decision we came to was... Oh, I thought it would be a choice.
どうぞ、おひいさま。
Thank you. The girl who just handed me a wet towel was Suzune. She politely introduced herself as she led us to where the dinner party was held. Oh, she's so pretty in a geisha outfit. It seemed like she was a geisha, a performer who entertained guests through song and dance. It was my first time going to a ryote in an entertainment district. That alone was enough to make me nervous, but... Yashiro, who sat next to me, kept quiet, with a slight frown on his face. I understand how he feels. We are expecting to meet the leader of the Shiranui, but instead we are brought to a dinner party at the ryote? Extravagant dishes line the table in front of us. Is the leader going to be joining us here? I wasn't exactly in the mood to eat, but I didn't want to leave the food untouched either. I picked up my chopsticks. It's delicious. I had tried some beef and mushrooms tossed in the sesame vinegar and couldn't help but express my delight. Sesuna smiled warily upon seeing my eyes sparkle with each bite.
あんたが嬉しそうでよかったよ。まあ食事を楽しみに来たわけじゃないけどさ。
In that exact moment, the sliding door to our room opened and someone we didn't recognize entered. He wore a stylish red Hiyori that suited him really well. As he looked upon us, he seemed unimpressed. Could he be?
すずめちゃん
She nodded and politely bowed as she bid us farewell with a smile.
それでは失礼いたします。皆様ごゆるりとお楽しみくださいませ。
The door closed and the sound of her footsteps quickly faded into the distance. The man in the red then sat across the and looked at me.
俺はまだるっこしいことが嫌いでな。結論から言う。姫さんたちも例の人体発火事件を調べてるってんなら手を組まねえか。
Sure. I was about to immediately comply with his request. We're bad negotiating. That was close. He had such an extraordinary presence about him that it was almost engulfing me in an instant. It was similar to standing before the Prime Minister or the Prisoner General. Oh. While I was surprised by his sudden offer, something about him made it seem very convincing.
いきなりひなぎくから怪獣しようとすんのやめてくれる？
Isn't it cut in with a steely glare? Steely
あんた
glare.
花町の顔役だよね。
ああ、まずは名乗った方がいいか。俺はトバリ。確かに顔役もしてるが、今日は白縫いの狩猟としてお前らに会いに来た。
The head of the entertainment district was a special position that allowed the holder entry into the Rue despite their commoner status. To think he's the one leading the anti-taiju group and setting the fires to the city. Tobari gave us a small smile.
こっちの肩書きを明かすことで少しは安心してもらえたが。
Yes? That was all I could say. Now that he had revealed a big secret to us, we had to at least hear him out. There'd be nothing for them to gain by lying about something like this.
でもさ、手を組むって何？俺たちも立場があるし、そういうのは。
立場ってのは黒ずる絡みか。
Tobari interrupted, narrowing his eyes.
最近半月堂にはちょくちょく黒ずるが出入りしているそうじゃねえか。
ああ、はいはい。ずいぶん前からこっちのことは探ってたわけね。
After letting out a resigned sigh, Setsuna responded honestly.
そう、うちはヨリって機関兵に脅されてる。
事件の調査をして情報を渡さないとちょっと大変なことになりそうで。
俺たちが手に入れた情報は黒ずるに筒抜け
She's
にな
his
るんだか
fiance,
ら、
right?
手を組んだってそっちに利はなくない？
白縫いが無関係だと分かればそれが直接ヨリに伝わるんだろう。ならそれでいい。今回の件、白縫いの資料としても花町の顔役としても俺個人ただの一人の人間としても見過ごせねえ。
What do you mean, as yourself?
知り合いが死んでるんだよ。俺たちの理念に賛同し秘密裏に白縫いを支援してくれてたような連中が。確証はないがうちの協力者を狙い撃ちにしてるんじゃねえかとすら感じる。
Tobari spoke the words in a grimace. He must have been hurting from losing his allies.
あれが大治の下した天罰だなんて噂は真実か。でなければどこの誰の手によるものなのか。一日も早く明らかにしたい。同じ目的で動いている連中がいるなら協力した方が手っ取り早いだろう。
After listening to Tobari in silence, Sasuna finally spoke up quietly.
大樹にそんな力はないよ。それに人間が勝手に燃えるわけもない。
けどあんな燃え方、それこそ神通力でもないと。
どうせからくりだよ。
Sasuna responded to Shoji's disbelief with a hypothesis of his own.
犯人がどういうものを使ってるかまでは今の情報からじゃ判断できないけど、そう難しい技術はなくても半自動で火を起こす装置ってのは作れると思う。材料の仕入れとか各々のからくり屋の受注履歴なんかを洗えば、
犯人ないし協力者を突き止めることができるか。
Sasuna, that's a great idea. Tobari gave Sasuna a satisfied smile, and I couldn't hold back my amazement.
お前に目をつけて正解だったか。
俺としては黒鶴にも白縫いにも目をつけられてマジで迷惑なだけなんだけど。
Sasuna seemed to have a mixed feelings about Tobari's high praise, and he simply sighed. That concluded our meeting with Tobari, leader of the Shinari. I had a feeling that this chance encounter would be an important first step towards learning the truth about the incidents. Several days passed since our meeting with Tobari. While I was certainly didn't improve the Shiranui getting acquires across Itehari setting, we agreed to join forces with them on the condition that they would stop doing so, at least until the cases of the people bursting into flames had settled.
姫様。
Oh. I was on my way home from a visit to my serf's quarter when I coincidentally bumped into Yashiro.
途中まで送っていくよ。
Where's Yori, though? Thanks. I'm not on his path. You know, Sasuna was singing your praises the other day about how hard you're working.
本当？嬉しいな。あまり大したことはしていないんだけど。仕事といっても届け物とか猫探しがほとんどだし。
I picked up a few myself, but actually looking for them sounds hard.
まあね。でも楽しんでやっているよ。
As we made some small talk, we spotted prisoners' uniforms farther down the road. Oh. They belonged to Yori and what appeared to be his subordinate. If I remember correctly, he was a steam soldier named Ajiro? What should I do? I debated internally over whether or not to call out to him. I think he's gonna come up to you regardless. But before I could come to a decision, he had already noticed us and locked eyes with mine. He turned to give Ajiro an order, and the younger man left, looking somewhat unhappy. Lord Yori then made his way straight towards us.
やあ姫君、せっかく手紙をくれたのに返事もできなくてごめんね。 最近忙しくて。急だけど、これからなら少し時間を取れるよ。お茶でもどう？今なら君の質問にも多少は答えてあげられると思うけど。
Then I'll take you up on the offer. Oh my god. While I was caught off guard by the abrupt invitation, it didn't change the fact that I had been wanting to talk things out with him. I half expected Yashiro to be surprised by our exchange, but he showed no signs of shock as he simply smiled.
じゃあ俺はここで失礼します。またね、姫様。
He gave a deep bow to Lord Yori and gave me a playful wink before breaking into a light run down the street. Instead of taking me to an upscale establishment, Lord Yori had instead brought me to Mada's hidden tea room.
何か食べる？
I'll have some coffee. I actually came to the same tea room from time to time and knew that everything here was good. However, I decided to practice some self-restraint and not order any desserts considering the gravity of the incoming discussion.
本当にそれだけでいいの？別に目くじら立てたりしないから、好きなものを食べていいよ。
In that case, I'll have a matsu and some roasted green tea.
僕は栗どら焼きにしようかな。あと紅茶を。
After our order was taken, Lord Yori closed the menu and asked me a question.
ねえ、ここのあんみつって美味しいの？
It's delicious. It comes with big pieces of mochi and fruit, and it's arranged differently from depending on the season.
ま
she's
あ
gonna be-
僕はあんみつ嫌いだけどね。赤えんどうって好んで食べないでしょ、普通。
I froze unable to find the words, but I decided to not lose heart and attempted to revive the conversation. So, you like chesed dorayaki, Lord Yori? I also...
嫌い。
This guy. Then why did you order it?
気が向いたから？
I'm sorry for misunderstanding, but a genuine answer would be helpful. I was having a hard time bringing up the topic at hand with his half-hearted responses. So, you mentioned being busy. Is that due to your work in the course?
まあね。厄介な事件が続いてるでしょ。おかげで指令所でのんびりもしてられない。
Have there been any developments in the case?
進むべきところは進んで、わからないところはわから
His
ない。
answers are so... He was clearly being invasive, but I figured he didn't want to disclose any details to an uninvolved party. Lord Yori doesn't seem to press at all though, so maybe the investigation's actually going pretty well. As the conversation tapered off once again, our sweets arrived. One glance at the emitsu with its freshly made mochi balls and the seasonal fruit was enough to lift my spirits.
ああ、そういえば君、どら焼きが好きだとか言ってたよね。
Yes, I did. So he was paying attention after all? The freshly baked dorayaki looked soft and fluffy, and I could smell the sweet fragrance of it from where I was sitting.
一口分けてあげようか。
I respond to like Yori's tempting offer with, oh my god. Hold on. I'm gonna save. Should I say yes or should I say no? I want to say yes, but I feel like that's not give in. Don't give in. Give in. I can go back, right? I could go back. It's fine. Then I'll take a bite, please. I love to try it. Oh, but I did infection up. Yori laughed so much that his shoulders were shaking. After looking closely, it seemed there was even tears forming in the corners of his eyes.
君、ちょっと食い意地張りすぎじゃない？悪いけど、人と食べ物を分け合うのって僕の趣味じゃないんだよね。
Huh? But you were the one who offered it.
いや、だからって普通遠慮するでしょ。
No. Ugh. I knew he was right. There was nothing I could say in that response. He cut into Izaraki with a cruelty as he began to speak.
じゃあ君から聞いていいよ。僕に連絡して何を話したかったの？
I took a deep breath before broaching the topic. Why did you suddenly propose marriage?
逆に聞きたいんだけど、それの何が疑問なの？こっちもまず打診から始めてるわけだし、突然ってことはなくない？
I don't have parents. My social standing may be decent, but if you're marrying into my household, that would be a step down for you. So why me? I just don't understand why you choose me as your marriage partner.
真面目だね、ひなぎくちゃん。僕が君のことを可愛いと思って一目惚れしたって可能性は考えないの？
No, absolutely not. He said that so naturally that I felt a little bashful for a moment. However,
一応君が保護者代わりなんでしょ？まともに姫君の管理もできないなら最初から首輪でもつけておいたら？
I find that a little hard to believe.
ま、そこが最低ラインかな。変に勘違いしてくる子はさすがにね。
What do you mean by that?
僕の目に狂いはなかったってこと。
Well, that sounded positive. I didn't get the feeling that he was praising me at all.
君に婚約を申し込んだのは僕の事情だよ。どうしても急ぎで婚約者が欲しいんだ。
Really?
実は僕の兄、妻児の着手にも婚約の話が出てて。
Oh, so Lord's sister hasn't been betrothed to anyone yet. After seeing me react with the genuine surprise, Yori slightly narrowed his eyes. Oh.
そう。ツワブキの相手の家は同格でね。無下にはできないんだけど、どうも僕の存在を懸念してるらしくて、なかなか話が進まないんだよね。
What exactly are they worried about?
お家騒動、後継者争いが怖いってこと。最近まで妻児の家は僕が継ぐかもって話もあったしね。向こうも心配なんでしょ。
Oh. What he just said, so matter of fact, actually surprised me a little. Whether noble or commoner, in most cases, the successor of the family would be the eldest child. Families would rarely do otherwise except for the most unusual cases surrounding the eldest or one of their siblings. I couldn't stop myself from staring at Lord Yori, wondering which of the two cases applied. While he seemed to have issues with his personality, maybe he actually really is capable?
何か失礼なこと考えてない？
No, not at all.
とにかく諏訪吹が婚約するにあたって僕が家に居続けるのは都合が悪い。万が一にでも当主の座を狙ってるとか思われたら僕が個人的に不愉快だし、それくらいなら価格が下でもどこかの家に婿入りした方がいい。けど数日期の家の姫君は大抵幼い頃から決まったお相手がいる。それなりの家柄でそれなりの器量で婚約者を持たない。その条件にぴったりと合うのがたまたま君だったってわけ。
I see. Well, sounds pretty logical. Not wanting to cause any conflict with his family was a pretty respectable reason to marry into mine.
まあ純粋な気持ちで結婚したがってるわけじゃないってがっかりさせちゃった。そこは理解してほしいな。だってほら僕は結婚に不向きな男だから。
At least he's self-aware. I barely managed to keep my thoughts to myself as they crossed my mind.
せめてツワブキが正式に婚姻を結ぶまでの間だけでも僕は近々婿入りして家を出るって話にしておきたい。それまでの間に君がそのまま結婚してもいいと思えば結婚すればいいし。
Oh, wait, what?
どうしても嫌なら婚約を解消して自由の身になればいいんじゃない？
Wait, it's not that simple. Canceling an engagement wasn't something that could be done easily. It certainly wasn't something I could even begin to consider since I was of lower status.
大丈夫だよ。君が解消したいと言えば僕がちゃんと手を回してあげる。僕は結構自由に生きてる人間だからどんな理由でも周囲は納得すると思うよ。やっぱりもう少し独り身でいたくなったとか、よく考えてみたら価格が下の家に婿入りだなんて性に合わないとか。
Those do sound like things you would say. It's kind of sad, but still, it negatively affect your reputation. There may not be another eligible candidate for him to marry.
関係ないよ。僕、周囲からの評価なんてちっとも気にしてないんだよね。というわけで、どう？安心した？
I feel like he's pretty pitiful though.
まだ何か気になる？
This means we'll be deceiving the family of the person Lord Swasu will marry, correct?
僕と君以外は全員騙すことになるよ。こんな茶番に巻き込む人間は少ない方がいい。
I was taken aback yet again by Lord Yori's frankness.
姫君もいずれは結婚しなくちゃいけないよね。 それが僕たち貴族の義務だから。それとも、もしかしてまだ恋愛結婚に夢を見てたりする？
It's usually handled by one's parents or relatives. I knew in the back of my mind that my adopted guardian would bring it up with me at some point.
僕たちにとってどうせ結婚するなら相手の価格は高いほどいいよね。
That's true. That was just a given for nobility. Alliances between noble families were of the utmost importance.
ちょっと調べさせてもらったけど、君は当主として随分領区の管理を頑張ってるみたいだね。結婚後も旦那に仕事を任せるんじゃなくて、自分の手で領区を治めていきたいと思ってるんじゃない？
That's exactly it. And I'm enthusiastically glad that Lord Yori understood my feelings on the matter. Especially since female family heads are rare. I have been told many times now that I should hurry and get married so that my husband can oversee source quarters for me.
よかったね、ひなぎくちゃん。僕は東郷の当主って立場に興味がない。だから、君が実際に結婚する相手として、これ以上なく都合がいいはずだよ。しかも、どうしても気に入らなかった時は、破談にできる。どう？破格の条件だと思わない？
He wasn't wrong. After I remained silent for a bit, Lodori suddenly added another comment with a smile.
君が結婚すると、淡雪も安心するでしょ？領民も君の結婚を待ってるんじゃない？もし当主である君に今何かあれば、東郷の家は耐えるわけで。そうなれば、領区だって切り分けられて、次はどんな貴族の管理下に置かれるか。
What he's saying does make sense, but...
まだ何か不満があるわけ？まさか、僕よりツワブキがいいって思ってるとか？
What? Why would you think that? Despite my shock, I decided to tell him why I was still hesitant. I wasn't bothered by that, but rather... Save this. Impulsive saver. Are you sure of me? I'm not sure of you. That's kind of... I don't know about this one. I wasn't sure if you were really okay with me.
人の話、聞いてた？
Yes, I have. My response was flustered as he gave me a questioning look. I know I fit your criteria, but marriage is really important.
僕と結婚したところで変わらないよ。僕だって家がこんなことになるまで自分で相手を選ぶとは思ってなかったし。
That's right. The current family head of the Western Second had been bedridden due to illness.
でもまあ、ちょっとだけど。君に興味を持ったのは本当だよ。面白そうだなーって。
Hearing him say something so unexpected to my face made me blink a few times in surprise.
せっかくなら何も感じない相手よりそそられる相手がいい。だから僕にとってこの婚約話は十分メリットがあるものなんだよ。君、見た目もそんなに悪くないしね。
But Yori seriously rubs me in the wrong way. But the fact that he's choosing me for the reasons beyond the conditions I fulfilled on paper perhaps might not be a bad thing after all.
まあ、僕と婚約する気があるなら先に書状を用意してあげるよ。僕と君の連名で龍英に提出すれば僕有責で婚約破棄できるものをね。
If you hand that to me in advance, I'll take advantage of that.
だって口約束だけじゃ不安でしょ。それに悪用しそうにないんだよね、君。そういう子だから選んだっていうのもあるんだよ。
He's got us. You mentioned earlier that we'd be keeping this from everyone, but
まさか淡雪に言うつもりじゃないよね。ダメに決まってるでしょ。
can I not discuss this with my guardian either? He let out a spastic sigh and responded firmly.
いいかな、姫君。いくら君が結婚について今日まで真面目に考えてこなかったにしても、後見人は当然いろいろ考えてたはずだよ。この婚約の話を聞けば、さすがに賛成はしてくれないでしょう。水面下で準備してた結婚話を急いで進めて、君は来年どころか年内にも嫁入りすることになるかも。
That would be terrible. The Eastern Fifth would be ruined.
仕方ないね。家計が途絶えるなら、また違う家に数字を与えればいい。これまでも、伊手張りの貴族たちはそうやって数字を継いできたし、今回もそうなるだけ。姫君の気持ちはわかるよ。
His narrow eyes, he narrowed his eyes and whispered
急に僕から
teasingly.
こんな話を持ちかけられても、君一人じゃ判断できないよね。
I'll let you know my responses after thinking about it a bit more.
うん。そうしてくれると助かるよ。
Yori nodded with a smile. With the matter settled for the time being, I decided to start digging into my animitsu. After some serious thinking, I felt that I was long overdue for a sweet treat.
うん。
Is he watching me? As the thought crossed my mind, he suddenly grabbed my hand and... Is it a CG? What is it? Oh! He took me a moment to realize that Yori had brought my spoon in his hand to his mouth. Wait, he thought he said he didn't share. What? My mochi! It went without saying that there are only a few mochi balls per serving, making each piece extremely precious and undeniably delicious. And now one was currently being chewed and swallowed by Lord Yori. Didn't you say earlier that you didn't like
そうだね。さっきまでは嫌いだったんだけど、人のものって美味しそうに見えない？
I'm sure of it now. He can't be trusted at all. As I stared back at him in utter shock, Yori began to chuckle.
君は考えてることが全部顔に出て面白いね。白玉を取られて涙目って。いくつなの？さっきから百面相してる自覚ある
？Yori is just horrible. He seemed thorough, entertained, a sentiment I didn't share one bit. Hmm?
お前に言われた男、案の定だったよ。まだ殺してないけど、どうするのさ。
Huh? It had gotten completely dark by the time we left the tea room. I began walking despite my indescribable fatigue and realized that Yori was walking next to me. Are you going to walk me home?
え？
Huh? What? I guess that's a no. It seemed that our destinations happened to be in the same direction. Things had gotten a little bit awkward, so I decided to change the subject. Come to think of it, when you requested that we gathered intel, you wanted us to look specifically into the incidents of the people catching on fire, correct?
へえ、そこまでたどり着いたんだ。思ったよりも早かったね。
He confirmed my suspicions in a
それで？
amused tone.
君たちの方で何か分かったことはある？
Yes, we did. Setsuna thinks that the culprit is using some type of device to ignite the fires. I responded without mentioning the Shiranui.
からくり？
It seems he has some idea of how to make it, so we should be able to get up to the bottom of this soon.
そうなんだ。それはありがたいな。僕としても早く解決したいからね。
Seeing Yori's surprise with our progress made me proud of Setsuna. We parted ways at some point, and I went straight home. He gave me somewhat a reproachful look since I returned late, but instead of scolding me, he went straight to preparing my dinner. Ayuki, would me being married let the wait?
正直、してもしなくても胃が痛いことは変わらなさそうだし。
He had a somber expression as he pondered the future in silence. I didn't have the words to respond and simply continued eating my meal. The matter of my potential engagement with Yori filled my thoughts. A week had already passed since our discussion, but I still hadn't come to a decision yet. He never gave me a hard deadline, but it wouldn't be a good idea to put him off any longer, either. Excuse me. I need to figure this out soon. I finished some paper at home and made my way to the Rue. After being assisted in some necessary formalities with the help of Kanai official, I happened upon an unlikely pair. It was the Prime Minister, Lord Saki, and the Corsary General Lord Karatachi? While they were the leaders of the Itachi civil and military affairs, respectively, it was rare to see the two of them together. Are they arguing? I probably shouldn't be interrupting them. As I deliberated on whether or not to greet them, it seemed I caught Nosaki's eye. It would have been rude not to say anything at this point, so I proceeded to greet them with a polite bow. Nosaki, Lord Karatachi, it's been a while.
ええ、あなたもお元気そうで。
ダメだよ、榊殿。笑って笑って。そんな怖い顔してたら惹かれちゃうもん。
Asagi's brow furrowed. Is something the matter? I bravely felt something dangerous in the air and hurriedly interjected.
近頃、東映の各都市との交易に変化がありましてね。新たな対処法を論じていたところです。本来、クラズルは外からいてはりを守るための組織ですから、今回の件はカラタチ殿にも相談したのですが。
榊殿はちょっと頭固すぎなんだよね。人類みんな兄弟じゃん。仲良くしよう。
The crease between Lord Saki's brows deepened. This can't be good.
ヒ君もそう思うよね。
Hinagiku of the Eastern Fifth.
交互の？わっ！大きくなっててびっくりだよ。子供が成長するのってあっという間だね。
Did I meet Lord Hattori as a child?
ひなぎく殿も争いは良くないと思うよね。平和のためなら身を切るのもやむなし的な。
Well, the expression on Lord Saki's face told me that I couldn't simply nod along with Lord Karatachi.
そういえば、ヒ君ってまだ結婚してないの？年齢的にはそろそろ。
カラタチ様。
A clear voice called out to the general. I looked for the source of the fine words. That's when I hurried over to where we were standing. His expression was serious, and he stood in front of me protectively.
申し訳ありませんが、相手を困らせるような絡み方は控えてください。
え？そうなの？小生困らせてる？
Lord Karatachi responded in a puzzled tone as he tried to peek over to me. But Lord Sazi simply shifted his body so as to completely block me from his gaze.
榊様、よろしければ東郷の姫をお借りしても構いませんか？
What?
ええ。
Why?
あなたはカラタチの下で本当によくまっとうに育ちましたね。
日々学ばせていただいています。
Listening bowed deeply to Lord Saki, whose expression remained unreadable.
スワブキ、もう行っちゃうの？てか小生には許可取らないんだ。
カラタチ様のことは指令所でお待ちしていますので、また後ほど。
Mr. gestured outside with his eyes. I nodded and we both left for it. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate your stepping in. Are you stepping
い
in?
え、こちらこそ上官が失礼しました。申し訳ありません。カラタチ様は優秀なお方なのですが、風変わりなところがあるというか。
あの方なりに親しみやすい人柄を目指して努力しておられると言いますか。
I mean, he seems really friendly.
申し訳ありません。
There was a slight pause as he searched for the words, but he seemed to be at a complete loss. I was under the impression that Lord Tsubaki was a serious and stoic man, but seeing him like this caught me off guard. Honestly, it was kind of cute.
何か私がおかしなことを。
Oh, not at all. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. It's just unexpected.
意外？
I always thought that you were more mature and collected. Oh. That's not true at all. Oops.
特にカラたち様には振り回されてばかりで。本人はあれでも外ではおとなしくしているつもりなんです。はい、指令所では昼食のおかずをかけて兵卒に決闘を申し込んだり、冗談が許されると思った相手には突然抜刀して切りかかってくることも。
Seeing me render speechless, he hurriedly followed up.
あ、いえ、もちろん元帥なりに大怪我はさせないよう気遣ってくれているのですが。
This says you really are surprisingly cute.
はあ、俺がですか？
Yes. Oh, I don't feel like this is good. I feel like, despite appearing much more mature than I was, speaking to him made him seem like much more approachable. He was earnestly mulling over my observation.
可愛いことはないと思います。
Really?
はい。どういう存在を可愛いというかくらい、俺も知っています。
He looked at me for a few seconds before tearing his gaze away.
申し訳ありません。本来ならあなたを家までお送りしたいのですが、すぐ指令所に戻らねばならないため、ここで失礼します。
Alright, well then. I wish you the best of luck with your work, Lord Tsubaki.
ありがとうございます。
Do we know him from before? So I awkwardly bowed before walking away at a brisk pace. Does he like us? I bumped into Yashiro on my way home from the Rue. I feel like this happened recently too. Are you on another errand?
そうだよ。ところで姫様、何か疲れている？
Oh, a little. A lot of things happened. But it's a good thing I bumped into you. Could you please relay a message to Satsuno for me? Tell him that there seems to be some issues regarding trade with outside world.
どんな？
I'm not sure of the details. But it seemed like Satsuno uses stuff from the outside Itehari a lot. So he might be some repercussions for him.
わかった。伝えておくよ。
Thanks. As we walked side by side, I innocently thought to pick his brain about my issues. Yashiro, what are your thoughts on noble marriages? I was curious to see what the citizens wanted from a marriage between nobles' houses, Yashiro included. Does he understand that? Would you find someone government's unreliable if they don't get married?
そこまでは言わないけど、結婚していた方が安心するのはあるんじゃない？まあ、結婚したら結婚したで問題もあるんだろうけど。
What do you mean?
誰に家を継がせるかみたいな話って、商家でも揉めるよ。貴族だってそうだろ？
True. It was that very reason that pushed Lord Yori to initiate this engagement to begin with.
貴族にとって跡継ぎは重要だから、そのためにも結婚は必要なことだよね。
Nobles placed such high importance on continuing their bloodline that adoption was rare, which was why marriage and the matter of inheritance went hand in hand. There was no rush for me to get married until now, but there must have been quite a few people who were worried and just never mentioned it. That night, I was lying in bed and reflected on all the discussions I had. At long last, right, I finally made my decision. The next morning, his house is nice. As Lazuri stepped outside the estate of the Western Second, his eyes widened in surprise when he saw me.
おはよう、姫君。僕はこれから寄り道せずにまっすぐ指令所に行かなくちゃいけないから、お茶には付き合えないんだけど。
I won't take up too much of your time. I've come to my decision and wanted to let you know right away. It's about your proposal.
Oh.
He let out a small gasp. I took a deep breath and gazed into his lapras lateral eyes. I'd like to formally accept. Please be my fiancé, Lord Yori. He must have predicted this outcome. A wide smile formed on his face.
よかった。じゃあ、僕の方で早速手続きを進めておくから。
About that, I wanted to make a request. Since our engagement might be annulled, I like to avoid publicly publicizing it as much as possible.
もちろん、気持ちはわかるよ。僕だって意味なく吹聴するつもりはないけど、君と僕以外の全員に隠すなんてのはさすがに無理だからね。
He continued as if he were explaining things to a child.
きちんと手続きして龍英に申告しないと、そもそも婚約したことにならないし、僕の家族にも話す。ツワブキとの婚約話が出ている家に伝えないと意味がないからね。君も後見人の方とか最低限伝えないといけない人にはあらかじめ話しといてよ。
Understood.
あ、そうそう。約束してた婚約破棄についての書状も内々に届けるからね。内容を確認して問題なければ署名して君が持ってて。
I will. I gave him a small nod before expressing my apologies and gratitude. I'm sorry for showing up out of the blue. I appreciate your time.
いいよ。今後も何かあった時はいつでも直接訪ねてきて。仮にも婚約者になるわけだし、それくらいの交流はあるように見せておいた方がいい。それと もうヨリ様はやめようか。その方が婚約者らしいでしょ。
I responded to his request with oh my god, I feel like it's just Yori, right? Oh, I don't know. Just Yori then? Yuri beamed satisfied with my response.
価格が下の人間にそんな呼び方を許してあげたのは君が初めてだよ。喜んでいいからね、ひなぎくちゃん。
I do appreciate it. While he seemed to be in high spirits, I felt he definitely still had issues personality-wise, and that the journey for her wouldn't be an easy one.
じゃあこれからしばらく共犯関係ってことでどうぞよろしく。
He then held out his hand. Are they shaking? Did I make the right choice? I reluctantly took his outstretched hand, and as I did, I was overcome with an uncertainty that I couldn't quite place. Okay, I'm gonna actually end it here and I'll continue shortly though. But I like Yori. I think he's just mysterious and everything, and he definitely does remind me of Young. But I don't know. I think the story will like show his like real colors a little bit more. I'm curious about his relationship with his brother more so, and why he's so like upset with his brother. Oops, I put on audio. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe and like the video. Bye.